So my name is Olivier Pro. I'm the producer of Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
What are you guys showing here in San Francisco with new with Deus Ex Mankind Divided?
So today it's the big preview event. So we're basically giving almost a final build to a bunch of journalists, and they can really test the game, get into the tutorial aspect early in the game, but then you can also jump into the main hub of the game and really get to explore the main missions, some side missions. So you guys get to play for about a solid 6-7 hours, which is good to get into the experience.
Talk about the story in Mankind Divided. What's going on in this world?
It's set 2 years after Human Revolution, so we're in 2029 after the big AUG incident that happened at the end of Human Revolution. So basically all the augmented population, like millions of people, were triggered into a frenzy. They lost control of their body, their augmentations. This was triggered by a big conspiracy in Human Revolution. So now 2 years after, we're in a world where people are scared of people who have augmentations. They're being segregated into ghettos. There's a lot of prejudice against them. So that's the world we come in, and we're back with Adam Jensen, our hero from the previous game, and he, tries to get to the bottom of what happened. He tries to, alleviate what all the problems that we have in the society now. So he's really kind of boots on the ground, trying to make a difference, working with Interpol, but also trying to dive into the conspiracy with his own agenda.
What does Jensen think about all this with the augmented segregation and the revolution?
Well, for Jensen, he's a really interesting character for the player to take control of, because he, on one side, he is obviously augmented. It was against his own will. And his augmentations are so advanced, so military grade, that he is augmented, so he's viewed with prejudice, but at the same time, he's also viewed with suspicion by the augmented population. So he's very like a neutral point of view, and the player gets to explore the themes of the game through his own agenda. One thing's for sure, he doesn't like the fact that higher powers got to decide the future of mankind. So he wants to bring it back to a level where people have more knowledge and control of their own destiny.
Will you see that prejudice playing as Jensen walking around the world?
Definitely. That's one of the big focus for the team, was to, let's say if you walk around Prague, especially in certain sections of Prague that are less prone to having augmented people will tell you, what are you doing here? Can I see your papers? Talking to you very harshly, even with just some overheards, or just the environment will respond to your presence in a very interesting way.
Talk about how the game allows you to play the way you want to play.
Well, that's a staple of a Deus Ex game. You can, in terms of the gameplay mechanics per se, you can go stealth, which is a very sort of beloved way of playing Deus Ex, but you can also go combat, which we work really hard to make as satisfying as the stealth portion of the game. You can explore the level design in many different ways. It's all about multipathing, and the way you can talk to different people will change your experience a little bit. So there's a lot of player agency, even how you build your character, which augmentations you choose, how you customize your weapons. There's a lot of freedom for the player, which is a great aspect of a Deus Ex game.
You talk about some of the new augmentations as well as the new weapons you can use in the game.
Augmentations, we have a lot of new secret augmentations that were hidden in Jensen we get to unlock through the story, and they're really, really cool augmentations. There are a lot of augmentations on his arm, so we can really fluidly use the arm augmentations where you're playing stealth or combat and infiltration. So there's a bunch of new stuff. I think my favorite one's probably the Tesla augmentation, which is a stealth augmentation. You can take down silently, non-lethally a lot of enemies at the same time with this one. But there's a lot. In terms of weapons, we have a nice set of weapons, but you can really customize your weapons a lot through different ammo types, different attachments that you can build. You can even buff up your weapons through some of the things you can find in the environment.
So talk about the conspiracy that's happening in the game and what Jensen and the player will experience as they play through the story.
Well, it's a Deus Ex game, so there's always like a few layers of conspiracy, and as you move through the story, you get to see that not everything is as it seems, and there's a lot of political control over all the message that's being sent to the population. So you really get to explore this as you obviously talk to people, but even if you are a player that likes to explore, you can find emails, ebooks, a bunch of little different things that give you a lot more depth to the conspiracy aspect of the game.
And how do you personally like to play?
I've played like a lot of play styles. Like being a producer on the project, you have to look at a bit of everything. But if I get to play my own style, would be a bit like stealth Predator. So I like to be kind of aggressive, but staying hidden at the same time with non-lethal augmentations. But that's one set. I've played a lot more aggressive as well, which is a lot of fun. It's a totally different experience when you go that way.
Can you talk about some of the locations we'll be visiting in the game?
So today you'll get to see Dubai, which is the first map of the game. You get to see Prague, which is a big hub. Golem City, it's a ghetto right outside of Prague as well. So these are the ones that we revealed. It's a Deus Ex game, so you get to travel a bit more. We'll leave some surprises for the release of the game.
And when does Deus Ex come out, and what platforms will it be on?
It's August 23rd, so we're almost there on the major platforms: Xbox One, PS4, PC.